Second time's a charm at making this. I'm not gonna lie to anyone who does see this. I contradicted myself in the first take of this video. I'm gonna do that again. But what this video basically is, if you've seen my video of the 8 things I want in RWBY Volume 8, it's basically what I want. It's how I would do the series. This video, I don't even know if I'll reach 8 things, because this video I've decided to do kind of off the top of my head. I haven't prepared any notes, I haven't written down anything. It's basically off the top of my head what we can actually expect from RWBY, from Krewbie, from Rooster Teeth in regards to the actual Volume 8. The actual expectations. We've known these people for 7 volumes with all the shorts, all the Q&As, all the panels, all the bitching about their bloody budget, how we don't know shit about how they assign the budget, and yet when we blame them for shit that goes wrong, despite them being the creators, they don't accept responsibility for the faults of their creation. Expectations. So, you know what? I reckon as fans, we can at least say we know what to expect after 7 goddamn years. Gonna start off with something that's gonna break a lot of people's hearts. Ironwood Man bad. I asked myself one simple question. One simple question. How do you redeem Ironwood when he attempted to murder Oscar? Oscar, to me, you know when Blake does that whole thing where she mentions, oh, this person's a personification of this? I don't see Ruby as the personification of purity or innocence. I see her as the personification of optimism. Optimism can be dangerous. Purity, no, you're not a lying bitch when you're pure. You're not a lying bitch when you're pure. God friggin' no, you're not. Oscar fits that role because he comes across as the mediator. He sees the both sides. He's trying to balance. He's trying to do what's right. I see him more closer to purity at this point before his character changes. But in hindsight, Ironwood, as I said, I can't see how they can redeem him, given that he's attempted to murder someone. It also begs the question of why, like, he never tries to explain why he murders Oscar or attempts to murder Oscar. It's like, why murder that kid, but try to lock up Ruby and Junior and all that? That's one thing I don't understand from Volume 7. I'm gonna murder this one, but I'm gonna imprison those ones. And I'm like, if you're willing to shoot Oscar, why not just kill Team Ruby and Team Junior? It's this really half-hearted. There you go. There's a big question I want the fandom to answer. If someone in the fandom can legitimately answer why Oscar is attempted murder, but Team Ruby and Junior is imprisonment, not murder. I don't understand that concept. I really, like, you can't dive into it. I don't. The only thing that I've been able to think up, and this would make Ironwood look like a fucking genius, if he's decided, you know what, we're going up into space. We're not gonna secure Ozpin's soul. Ozpin's gonna stay up down here, and we're gonna blast off into space. I'm gonna kill Oscar. He's gonna die, and Ozpin's soul or Ozma's soul is going to reincarnate in some other body somewhere else, safe, away from all this shit. If that's his intention, that's friggin' amazing. Do I think Ruby wrote that? No. To them, like, there's still people in the Ruby community today who think Ironwood is just a rich Atlesian fuckwit. There's people like that in the fandom that actually believe that. And it's like, how can I argue because I've perceived it a different way? And it's like, oh, but he's paranoid. Yep, paranoia can make you do certain things. But it's like, I've seen other anime where people are paranoid. It takes they have mental breakdowns before they go, I'm gonna start killing people. He has his mental breakdown after he tries to kill Oscar. That's the weird thing. Ironwood has his mental breakdown afterwards. So going forward, I just see Ironwood, bad man. He's bad man. Is there any difference in hindsight, based on what we've seen and what we've perceived? It's as if they're trying to say Ironwood is just as bad as Jacques Schnee. There's no difference in them. They're just two rich Atlesian fuckwits who don't care about the little man. You know, down with the power. And I'm just like, hey, if Atlas falls, congratulations, you got what you want. In the worst way possible. Secondly, we're going to war. This is fact. It's war. You got a fucking grim invasion. You got an Atlesian military force. You got huntsmen. This isn't some friggin' battle. This is like the fall of Beacon is essentially the battle for the capital. But all the other lands, all the other cities on the continent that Vale's in are still okay. With Atlas and Mantle, however, this isn't a battle for a city. This is a battle for a continent. If Atlas falls, Mantle falls, all of the ice continent, Solatius, or whatever it is, it's gone. And the perception I want to get across on this is if it was me, what I put in, I was like, I want to see a lot of war. I want to see the military being used efficiently. I want to see combat strategy and tactics used. I want to see a plan thought out in advance and then deployed through the military in order to tackle the Grim. I'm on that I love seeing military armies used very efficiently in combat. Some people go, oh look, a one-on-one fight. Yeah, I can enjoy a one-on-one fight. I can enjoy a 3-on-1 fight. Take Naruto, Shikamaru, Choji, Ino, Kakashi against Kakazu. I like those type of fights. I like all types of fights. The only problem is I like to see strategy planning out and everything work. And with the military, it's like you've assigned one side this huge force consisting of this. Use what you have efficiently. I don't think we're going to see that. That's the point of this second point. I do not think we're going to see that because Kruby have trouble using two powers or two semblances together at the same time versus one opponent. It's... Take Crow, Tyrion, and Robin against... hang on. Crow, Clover, Robin versus Tyrion. In the end, the whole luck factor, the whole misluck factor, oh, they just cancel each other out. I'm pretty sure that's not how it works. Semblances don't initially cancel each other out. And if you actually dive into how their semblances work, they're actually a bit more complicated. Oh, what do you know? You don't design the show, but it's essentially what you're telling us. For instance, Crow's bad luck is not it's not bad luck to him. It's bad luck to things around him. It's not even bad luck. It's it's like it's like a probability factor, and that what is it, like a chaos theory factor? That's what his semblance honestly comes across to me. It's a chaos theory probability factor. And that means that stuff around him is going to happen to a percentage based on random events. Because you can't turn around and say his semblance is bad luck if he's versing an enemy and something bad happens to his enemy. It's bad luck to his enemy, but to him it's good luck. So automatically it's not a bad luck semblance. A lot of people have established this. So I'm just like, if he's in combat, but because it doesn't bad things might happen to Clover and Robin. He can't control that. Bad things might happen to Tyrion. But it's like, how do you show this random bad effect on a group of people when one of them, being Clover, is Mr. Good Luck, where good luck specifically happens to him, not to anyone around him. It happens to him. So he's getting good luck, but then you got a guy with like a chaos theory thing. Maybe it could be warded off him, or maybe it reduces the amount of luck he has. But the fact is, Robin becomes unaffected really by this bad luck, and she somehow wins the battle. And you're just like, how? When it's stupid. It's just the fact that when you see stuff like they've had Bumblebee for years, the whole Blake and Yang working together, I want to switch it up. I want to see different shit. I want to see, like Yang and Weiss working together, or Yang and Blake working together. The old combat. Mix shit up. What happens if Ruby picks up Yang? They're in that blur shit. Ruby bursts as fast as she can, and then ejects like Yang out at like Mach 2, and Yang just smack at full fucking speed. Think up of different combos. Instead of shipping relationship bullshit, think up of fighter combos that could be goddamn interesting. And the fact that Kruby struggles with like 2 people versus 1 or 3, when they struggle with that, how the fuck do you expect these people to handle the military? How? Different types of ships. Oh yeah, we got rid of the ship design. They've already retconned the ship designs. The ship designs from Volume 7 are nothing like the Elysian ships that we've seen. Oh yeah, and we changed the way the battle cruisers look. Oh yeah? So they upgraded? No, we just changed the way they look. Can they still fire lasers? Yeah, they can still fire lasers. Why didn't they fire lasers in Volume 7? You said the stupid shit. They don't know how to use what they've created. So, essentially what I think we're gonna get, and this is me taking what we've seen in Volume 7, we're gonna get a lot of cut content. The expectation is that we're at war, we're fighting over Atlas, but whereas the Battle of Beacon is essentially like 2-3 episodes of the end of the season, this is a whole volume that's supposed to be war. But obviously they can't do that. They don't know how to handle an entire volume of war. If it was me, I would say go watch the Saga of Tanya the Evil, the movie. That's essentially 30 minutes. It's roughly 90 minutes to 100 minutes of just constant war. Strategy. Go watch that. Take some incentive. Oh, but we've already written Volume 8, so they're fucked already. That's what I'm saying. To people, I've already said Ironwood is bad. Don't expect a lot of action. That's what I'm saying. Not just military wise, but I'm just like, don't expect a lot of action. Expect a lot of cutting. They're going to be saying, oh, this is happening here, but we're not going to show it. We're just going to mention it. Or they might even not mention it. They'll just hint at stuff. Like, you know, where we see a Grim invasion, and then the next episode, the Grim invasion's over. Then, oh, there's rioting, but the rioting's over. Expect that shit to happen in Volume 8. They're going to tell you something happened, but they're not going to show it, and they're just going to show the results of it. That is the truth of what's going to happen in Volume 8. Don't expect really cool action. If anything, Volume 7 and 8 are going to be the staple mark, because they're going to represent the pinnacle of what Kruby's capable of. The Atlas arc is the pinnacle. There's no more... after Volume 8's done, I can firmly turn around and say, you're not going to get better at writing beyond this. You're not going to get better at the graphics beyond this. And you're not going to get better at the music beyond this. The current state of RWBY is the best you're going to get. Don't expect anything else. And the fact that it's in a real shit state because of the multiple changes, it just is what it is at this point. It's not something that flourished into a great anime that was accepted around the world. It's something that was a buzz in the world for a short time, and then a lot of people in the world just gave up on it. That's the truth. And honestly, it's probably not smart to turn around to your critics or haters and tell them to get fucked, because congratulations, you'll lose another 50% of your audience. You need, and Kruby need everyone they need right now to support them. I don't know, it's like the fall of Atlas. There's another thing. It's imminent. It's really friggin' imminent at this point. I really can't see any way out. The thing is, Penny's a maiden. Penny's the only one that can access the vault. The vault is where the staff is, and the staff's holding up the city. Atlas is gonna fall. Staff has to leave the vault. Staff has to get into enemy hands. Penny, I wouldn't say 100% Penny will die. I say there's a very, very good chance she's gonna die, and I don't really care. I really don't. But Atlas is going to fall, the staff's going to be in the enemy hands, because at this point, what they're setting up is that Cinder's rogue faction is going to have the lamp with the question. You're going to get Salem getting in control of the Staff of Creation, which has all this energy essentially in it. It can power things. And at the end, it's like, hey, RWBY, congratulations. You lost both relics. We definitely can't get back into Beacon because there's a giant friggin' Grim infestation there. And Ozpin hasn't told us, well, he hasn't told anybody where he's hidden, or what special thing that he's put. It's like, imagine if Ozpin communicating with Oscar. Hey, Oscar, Team RWBY, bro, I put some special security on the one at Beacon. Do you want to fucking actually tell us what you did, so that if we go back, we can get the fucking thing? Because as far as anybody's concerned, nobody except for dipshit actually knows how to access it. Oh, and there's the bigger problem that Cinder is the fucking maiden, so technically, if they keep to law, she's the only one that can access the Beacon. Fucking relic. Jesus shit Christ. Shit. It all comes down to, RWBY, you dumb fuck. The only thing at the end of Volume 8 that you're going to be able to do is get your ass to Vacchio. And please God, this is where it becomes predictable, because everything's lining up. Cinder's faction has one relic. Salem's faction gets the Staff of Creation. Oh no! Poor Team RWBY! Like, honestly, this will be Murderer of Birds or Calaxin or some of the hardcore fans. Oh no! Team RWBY has to get to Vacchio! They have to get the relic. And I'm like, no shit, they're gonna get the relic. They're gonna go to Vacchio, they're gonna spend 2 volumes in Vacchio, and it's gonna result in Ruby getting the fucking relic on her side. Then each person's gonna have one of the relics, and then they go back to Beacon for a big finale where they fight over the Beacon relic, and we see who brings all shit together for a big idea of what the fuck happens with the gods, Salem, and dipshit. That's the plot of all of Ruby right there. Because the only other option to what I've just said, if you don't accept what I just said, the only other thing that happens is that Team Ruby gets the Staff of Creation, Salem gets the Vacchio relic. There is no other way. When you input MacGuffins into the story and you got different factions in the story, every faction's gonna end up with the fucking MacGuffin. So it's got to balance itself out, and it makes the story predictable. They did this to themselves. And in all honesty, it's quite sad because as far as Team Ruby go, I would say the majority of the fandom don't give a fuck about what they do with a goddamn relic. They've had a relic for so long, and it's like they just woke up to Ozpin's past. It's like, what the fuck did you do with the relic? Oh, we didn't. We asked her the question and we got the shits. Or powerful relic, and you got a question and you got the shits. Yeah, fuck Team Ruby, dipshits. Salem gets a relic. That's fucking fascinating because Salem is really the only aspect of the show that's actually interesting at this point, because you're all asking what is her endgame. It's like asking what Sasuke Aizen's endgame was when he turned traitor. You can theorize what the fuck Salem wants to actually do. It's not something simple like, I want to die. It's not. If it was something that simple, congratulations, you just made one of the shittiest series in history. But Team Ruby's boring, Salem's interesting, and at this point, no one gives a fuck about Cinder. We're so sick of her. We've been putting up with her since bloody end of Volume 1, beginning of Volume 2. Her only interesting point is when she was fucking quiet in Volume 4, and now she's the same arrogant bitch, and for some reason she's screaming about the Elysians being rich, and oh, I'm a poor person, and fuck you Elysian cunts, and I'm just like, I don't care. Die. Please. It'd be more fascinating, Cinder, if you fucking dropped dead and your maiden powers went to someone else. Because no one likes you, no one gives a shit about you. Oh, and, Miles, Jessica Negri's a whore because of the way she dresses. That's your judgment, bitch. Turn that back on you, I swear. Fucking Tifa Lockhart, if you call her a fucking prostitute, you can shove both your fucking fingers up Jessica Negri's cunt, because she's as big as a whore. She's an actual fucking whore. You know, accept money to take clothes off and dress in skimpy outfits. Whore. There you go. Oh, this really went off topic. I picked up 3 things. I gave you the plot of the story. I gave you Ironwood's going to be bad. I told you don't expect much out of action or military because they're going to cut a lot of shit for it because, you know, budget. They can't animate They can't animate 12 episodes of constant action warfare. They're not capable of it. Their own budget fucks them up from doing what they need to do. So don't raise that expectation. Expect some optimistic bullshit out of Ruby. Just look at the fairy tales, like with Penny, she's gonna Pietro is gonna end up inside the fucking whale, she's gonna go in after it, save Pietro. Oh look, Pinocchio, isn't it the callback? No, it's rather than you create Penny the character, you created Pinocchio's storyline. I don't fucking care. I really don't. After the whole mess with Blake, Adam, and Yang, and the whole friggin' Beauty and the Beast, and it makes no fucking sense, I do not want to hear about fucking fairy tales anymore. The show does a really bad way of interpreting fairy tale. And this is coming from someone who last night just reread the original French version of Beauty and the Beast. Bet you didn't know that Belle was supposed to have, well, technically 11 brothers and sisters, and then you find out that Belle isn't actually related, and she's got this weird royal fairy father mother combo type shit. It's really weird. Nogastan in the story. The Beast was actually really nice in the original story. He actually invited Thingy into his home, gave him shit, and only when he stole a rose for Belle, because that's what she asked for initially, when her father went away, did he get the shits. And because he had all the 11 kids back home, he substituted himself for Belle, and she legit fell in love with him. It Go read the original Beauty and the Beast. A lot better than any Disney garbage you're gonna fucking read. Disney butchered the majority of the fairy tales it comes across. Tangled did its best job of adapting elements from the original Rapunzel's story. I'll give Tangled credit. And I know I'm going off topic here. This is me just talking, but a lot of those ideas, I'm trying to think of different things. What's gonna happen in Atlas? I don't expect much from Willow Schnee. For God's sake, just kill the bitch. Fuck it. She's not even Willow Schnee to me. She's not Willow Schnee. She's not Weiss's mother. To me, she's not. She's the woman who gave the camera to Weiss. She could have been any random fucker in the house. Could have been like Weiss walking through the back stuff, and you see this security room off to the side, and she goes, "Oh, do you have footage from here? Oh, this, my dad wants me to bring it to me. Oh, yes, Miss Schnee, here's the video footage. Take it to your father." And that's how she could have found it. You didn't even need to bring Willow in. When a character's only purpose is to do one fucking thing, there is no actual, like, real reason to bring them in. Oh, fuck, God knows when Raven's gonna turn up. God knows when Tai Yang's gonna go, "Oh, you know what? The world's ending. I might want to leave this school and help my kids save the world." Like, people are like, "Oh, I want to see Team Stark," and I'm like, Crow's become a disappointment. Raven could be a huge turning point, but she's already unlocked the vault that she's responsible for, so she's just... They can't put Raven in the story because they can't insert highly powerful beings. Like, you can't justify Cinder vs. Neo's fight. It looks cool, the choreography's cool, but when Cinder can just incinerate her in an instant, there's no reason to have a fucking fight when you got unlimited magic at your disposal. You get me? This is where Kruby's going to struggle a lot. We can't bring Raven back because we don't know how to deal with unlimited magic. And that could be a big factor in how I'm just going to end this video, is that Penny in general, because Penny is very overpowered in terms of weaponry and what she can do normally, but then you take what she does normally with the lasers and the swords and shit, and then you've given her maiden powers, and I'm just like, who stops Penny besides Salem or Cinder? They're the only two people that can stop Penny. Or Watts, if he manages to hack the bitch, which I hope he does. But essentially, Penny, the maiden problem is their magic doesn't rely on their aura. It doesn't rely on their aura. When their aura depletes, they can technically still use their magic because it's magic. It's maiden magic. So you got this android who's armored, essentially. She's armor. She's not flesh and skin. She's with, like, muscles and shit. She's armored. She's an armored exoskeleton with an unlimited pool of magic. Why doesn't she just decimate the fucking Grim invading? Just, like, create a huge fire fucking tornado, ice tornado, lightning. Go fucking haywire. Oh my god. Penny and the Elysian fleet. All lasers fired. Penny goes nuts, they could essentially wipe out all those Grim. And the only way not to have them all the Grim get wiped out is to just be stupid. Think on that. I just thought of that. Think on that.